This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. 2 men shot dead in Westmoreland bar. The police are now probing a double murder in Egypt Gardens, Westmoreland Saturday morning. The deceased have been identified as Jemario Fenton and Henry Thompson. Reports are that both the men were at a bar when they were shot. They were taken to hospital where they were pronounced dead. Where is our COVID relief money? Ask Mobe craft vendors. Reeling from the economic crunch triggered by the COVID-19 pandemic, dozens of vendors at the Old Fort Craft Market in Montego Bay, St. James, are demanding their share of the $22 million committed by Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett. The money was allocated from the Tourism Enhancement Fund to assist the craft traders who have been impacted by the pandemic. To receive this benefit, craft vendors needed to have taken the COVID-19 vaccine and possess a valid Jamaica Tourist Board license. According to Paulette Ricketts, one of several disgruntled craft vendors, 19 of the 150 vendors at the market received the grant. Harbour Street get, Success Market get, Otrius get, and all know only 19 vendors from here got, and we all signed up for the benefits, Ricketts told the news. She said she and her colleagues doubt they will ever get the $30,000 promised to each licensed and vaccinated craft vendor. According to Ricketts, the TEF has informed that all the money has now been paid out. Marilyn Faulkner, president of the Old Fort Craft Vendors Association, told the news that almost all her members are vaccinated and have been licensed to operate tourism-related businesses. However, she said protracted negotiations with the St. James Municipal Corporation over a new 5-year rental agreement may have turned out to be an issue in their bid to qualify for the grant. The names of the vendors were not sent over to the Tourism Product Development Company on time. They only got there in February, Faulkner told the news by telephone Friday. She said for craft vendors to get their new license, they needed 2 consecutive rent receipts, but many could not meet the requirement since they were unable to consistently pay the parish council rent amid the COVID crunch. Godfrey Dyer, chairman of the TEF, said the $22 million was spent among craft vendors who met the stipulated requirement at the time of the program. All the vendors who are licensed and vaccinated got it. We paid out a total of $22 million. It's a one-shot program. It is finished, Dyer said. However, when told that the vendors claimed that they have their license, Dyer promised to revise the matter once they can show proof that at the time of the program, they had a license to carry out their trade and that they were vaccinated. One beneficiary, Ambrosine Mills, is grateful to have received the grant. I am fully vaccinated, but my license is from back in 2019, before the place locked down with COVID, she told the vendors. Fire will not disrupt operations, says Westsinco manager. A fire at the Westsinco plant in Lake Spence, St. Catherine, Friday evening is not expected to disrupt operations at the company. According to head of operations at Westsinco, Craig Clear, the fire was at a pallet repair yard on the compound, which prevented any major damage to the main buildings on the premises, including head office and the manufacturing plant. We are at the present moment unaware of how the fire started. The fire happened in a pallet repair yard. So far, we have no casualties to report. A minor loss of some property. We have lost 2 of the contractor trucks, 2 of the 10-ton trucks, and we have lost about 50 pallets, but the rest of it was garbage that was ignited in the fire. We don't expect any disruption of service, and we would like to thank God for good fortune, and we are very grateful that no one was injured. Claire credited the Spanish Town Fire Station of the Jamaica Fire Brigade for responding to the emergency call quickly. He stated that the water facility that was built on the complex after the 2016 fire also assisted in ensuring that major damage was not done. I would like to take the opportunity to big up the Spanish Town Fire Brigade. They did an outstanding job. They were on the scene within minutes of us reporting the incident, and they were able to refill here. We had great access to water, and we had a much better containment of the fire than the previous fire in 2016, So I think a lot of times the fire brigade gets a bad rap, and they did a fantastic job. Very brave men and women out there fighting it, he said, while cooling down operation was still in progress. Meanwhile, District Officer, Public Relations of JFB, Kerry Gale Forbes, said the fire was brought under control quickly with the work done by 5 units from Spanish Town, Portmore, and May Pen. At about 6:40, we received a call that there was a fire at the Wasinko property, and when we responded, we recognized that the fire was confined to the truck yard. There were 2 trucks that were on fire and 2 containers, Forbes said. We managed to extinguish the blaze and get it under control real quickly. The containers didn't have anything in them. The trucks were empty. It was a very quick response from the Spanish Town Fire Station, along with the Portmore. We also got some help from the Maypen Fire Station with a water tender, so we had 3 trucks and 2 tankers, Forbes said. There was a major fire at the facility in 2016. The refurbished building was reopened in 2017. Prime Minister encourages U.S. companies to bring production to Jamaica. Prime Minister Andrew Holness is encouraging companies in the United States to bring their production to Jamaica as a means of ensuring stability in their operations. Mr. Holness said he discussed with U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken in Washington yesterday opportunities for partnership to make Jamaica an example of a prosperous and thriving small island democracy within the region. He suggested establishing Jamaica as a nearshore technology hub for logistics, light manufacturing, and other services would help in achieving this goal. I think for small developing states like Jamaica, a small shift in economic policy could result in gains that are significant both for our economies. Jamaica considers itself to be a friendly nearshore destination for investments and production capacity. I think that it would be in the interest of the U.S. to look at countries like Jamaica to position strategic production capacity, which could be beneficial for the stability of production chains and the supply of goods and services. Meanwhile, the Biden administration has applauded Holness for his very strong economic leadership in Jamaica and for Washington's partnership in the Caribbean. In remarks made before meeting with Holness, Blinken said that America's partnership with Jamaica and the wider Caribbean has never been better. Uncle charged with the murder of teen nephew. 22-year-old Courtney Hanniford of a Morant housing scheme in Crofts Hill, Clarendon, has been charged with the murder of his teenage nephew. 13-year-old Omarion Hanniford was at home on Sunday, March 27, when his uncle allegedly used a ratchet knife to stab him in the neck. Omarion reportedly ran from the house and collapsed in the yard. He was pronounced dead on arrival at the hospital. The elder Hanniford was taken into custody and was later charged on Thursday, March 31. A monumental error, Antigua's Prime Minister slams Camina's bid for Commonwealth post. A monumental error. That's how Antigua and Barbuda's Prime Minister, Gaston Brown, has described the decision of Jamaica's Foreign Affairs Minister, Camina Johnson-Smith, to run for the post of Commonwealth Secretary General. Johnson-Smith will seek election at the Commonwealth Summit in Rwanda, June 20 to 25. Kenya, which has also proposed a candidate, has since withdrawn and is instead supporting incumbent Dominican-born Baroness Patricia Scotland. Those who seek to divide and rule are encouraging Jamaica to present a candidate in opposition to the current Secretary General, who is serving on a CARICOM rotation, Prime Minister Brown said as Jamaica announced Johnson-Smith's candidacy. In a statement last night, Jamaica House said the foreign minister was eminently qualified for the post and that she has had several crucial leadership posts, both regionally and internationally. But that has not averted the split in the Caribbean community. Brown told the CMC that Jamaica was party to a recent CARICOM consensus endorsing the re-election of Baroness Scotland. I think Jamaica's proposed candidature for Commonwealth Secretary General is a monumental error which could only serve to divide the Caribbean, he said. According to Brown, the consensus should never have been broken without overwhelming cause. The issue of Baroness Scotland's dominant nationality is a now moot point. The reality is she was born in Dominica with Antiguan and Barbudan lineage. She is a Caribbeaner. She is a member of our CARICOM family, deserving of the respect, solidarity, and the protection against those who seek to vilify and emasculate her, he added. Dominica's Prime Minister Roosevelt Sherrod has not yet commented on Jamaica's position. Meanwhile, Rwanda President Paul Kagame will visit Jamaica this week. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.